Hello everybody and welcome back to episode 2. This is the Prester John Ethiopia playthrough, and last episode we got ourselves a couple of shiny new vassals in Genjiro and Waleda, as well as a couple of friends in Enaria and Medjibari, and a whole passel of enemies. We're going to be going to war with Kaffa pretty much immediately, since we can press Waleda's claim on their province of Kaffa, which is their capital. So we're going to go ahead and declare war. Enaria would come in. We'd have to promise some land, which I'm not particularly interested in doing. So we'll go ahead and confirm that. And we're going to walk in here. They're going to walk directly into our vassal. That's kind of exciting. So we don't need this entire army sieging this, and that, in fact, that would be very, very costly. So we're going to go ahead and pull out all but 4, as well as all of our cavalry. I would prefer not to have this guy in that. Let's bring these guys out instead. He's walking directly up into a Gu. That's going to be fun. But we did get Miltech 4. Throughout the Middle Ages, cavalry's dominance was being challenged by disciplined pikemen. In battles such as Bannockburn or the Golden Spurs, cavalry was defeated by pikes. A combination of improved training and discipline and the addition of swordsmen to provide close combat support has raised this formation to the peak of its efficiency. Bonus effects, military tactics, and land morale increased. That's a very big deal. We're going to go ahead and leave 1,000 troops here to capture this, and these guys are going to go chase their army down. I'm not sure exactly where they're going to, but let's find out. They might be trying to siege our capital. No, they're just heading north. Adal is no longer a valid rival for us. Apparently we've eclipsed them. And we captured this province. We'll leave these guys there so that we can loot that almost 3 ducats there. Enaria wants a royal marriage. And it's just fine. They can do that. These guys are still walking up this way. They're sieging over there. That's fine. They can do that, I suppose. No reason for them to not to. No reason for them to not at all. But now they're running away, and we're going to have to walk over this way. They're walking into Lasta. They're locked in, so we're going to go ahead and take them out there. And that will be that for this war, pretty much. We may or may not stack wipe them, but we've almost certainly won this war. We did stack wipe them, so these guys can walk over here. Let's start working on our peace deal while this siege is progressing. We certainly want to not take any of this ourselves, since we can't core it. So this could probably go to Damat, even though they don't have a claim on it. Enaria wants it, but we can give this over to Damat. In Kaffa here, that'll go to Waleda. We don't really want to vassalize them since we're already pushing too many diplomatic relations. We do have a Jewish uprising coming. We should probably take a look at that and see where that's going to be happening at. Dembia and Simeon. But we have the opportunity for a national epic. Our subjects have taken to telling tales and legends about Andreas Salamanid. The legend says that in Ethiopia's darkest hour, he will return to our nation and deliver it from evil. Regardless of the truth in that statement, we could use this in our propaganda. We could use that in our propaganda. It's expensive, costs a little bit of admin. We don't need the admin power immediately, but we will be needing it soon. Almost 6 ducats, or we lose 5 prestige, which is a full quarter of the prestige that we have. Let's go ahead and lose the ducks. We'll be making some back here in a moment. Siege of Kaffa is over. We'll go ahead and flip this over to Waleda. And let's go ahead and claim both of those. These will be going to our respective vassals, and we'll take 35 ducks as well. They will accept this, so we're going to go ahead and send that. And we'll move these guys up to Gondar so that we are in position for when the Jewish uprising in Dembia and Simeon happens. Alodia insulted us. That's rude. Helen of Ethiopia. Early on in his reign, King Zara Yaqub married the daughter of one of the Muslim chiefs of the kingdom. As the young woman converted and said her vows to the Ethiopian emperor, there was no way to know that this would turn out to be one of the most influential persons in Ethiopian politics for years to come. Eleni, or Helen, would in time serve not only her husband, but several successive kings after him as an able advisor and as a power behind the throne. So she gives us 25 admin power and becomes our consort. That's cool. I'll take the admin power. This Jewish uprising will trigger any time now. We kind of don't want to be walking through Dembia just to be on the safe side. So we'll go ahead and redirect people through Gajam. We are, of course, at 0 manpower. We're only 59 men in the hole, though. So that's not too bad. We're going to be storing up manpower here. Our spy network in Beja is quite large. We can go ahead and create a claim over here. And so we shall. We'll fabricate this claim. And we'll pull this guy back. Alodia was discovered. He's not going to be growing at all. And we did not actually create a claim over here, did we? We did not. It's highly unfortunate. So we can't actually fight Alodia anytime soon. We're going to have to wait a couple months before we can start building our spy network there again. But Demont wants a royal marriage. We'll go ahead and accept that, improve relations with them. We can also have monetary reforms. Our treasurers are arguing that we need to enact some reforms in our economic policies. A new master of mint will also be needed to take care of the economy. We can enact them, lose a stability, and lose an inflation. That, again, is an expensive inflation reduction. Or there's no need for reforms. Gain 3 inflation. Well, we do have a bit of inflation from the last time this happened, but I really don't think we want to lose that stability, so let's go ahead and take the inflation. We could very much use an inflation reduction advisor. We don't have one available, and we also don't have the money to pay for one. But anytime this rebel uprising wants to happen, that's fine. Within 0.6 years, so probably within the next 6 months, maybe on the year tick. Not on the year tick. Also, one or more of our subjects has a high liberty desire. That would, of course, be Hadia. They are not happy with us because we enforced our religion on them. They are now nice and Coptic, although they haven't shifted anything over to Coptic. We are also going to be shifting Waleda over to Coptic before we annex them, but that will not be happening for a while, since they're still at 70% liberty desire. But since we did forcibly vassalize them, we should probably build relations with them at least. And do the same with Jinjiro, since we've got 2 free diplomats. And we should now also be able to build our spy network back up in Alodia if we want to go to war with them. Pro tip, we want to go to war with them. We want to go to war with everyone. But there's that Jewish revolt. They only have 10,000 troops. So let's go ahead and leave behind 2 of our units of spearmen so that we match their combat width in our infantry, plus have our flankers and our cavalry. Should be no problem whatsoever. We'll go smash that. And there they go. They're rolling well. We are rolling terribly, but it still should be okay. Cannon fodder! It appears our country is getting rather empty and lacking in a very important resource. Cannon fodder. Fear not! While we may lack this resource, then one of our subjects have plenty of fresh meat for the battlefields. That's how grammar works. Should we force their servitude, they would be less than pleased, but such is the way of things. Guns need men to fire them. Demont gains 15 liberty desire, we gain 1500 manpower. Or we can lose 10 prestige. Well, I guess Demont's going to be a little grumpy for a while. We could use the manpower, that is for sure. Even though we're rolling pretty badly over here, we are winning this, and there we rolled pretty well in a shock phase. There we go. We did lose 5,000 men in that battle. That was unfortunate. Hooray for rolling all of those zeros. But it's all good. Advancement of the merchant classes. The status of the burghers does not rest on the same old traditions as that of the nobility. As that of the nobility. Reading is hard. Or the clergy. Instead, They have had to make their own fortunes by working diligently and then risking the profit to again expand their business. As a rule, however, this has gone very well for them lately. While not as prestigious, business is in many ways the backbone of our economy, and through their control of the coins, the burghers have managed to increase their power over our country. Okay, they gained 10 influence. That's cool, burghers. You guys enjoy that. We're going to go ahead and poke our clergy here, gain some admin power. And we're going to ask for some monetary contribution from the burghers, since they're, so nice and influential now. We can also get temples, which is going to be a big deal once we actually get some money flowing. Hejaz wants military access. They're at war with Dongola. We're not going to grant them access because we have too many diplomatic relations as it is. I just don't want to risk that. Angat and Shua still have some unrest. Shua is here. They have unrest because they're Sunni. They don't have much unrest, though. Probably won't be a problem. Angat here, they are also Sunni. They have a lot more unrest because we're currently converting them. By the bank of the Nile, glory to the Lord, Kasiri Bream belongs to the Coptic tribal kingdom of Makuria. Hey, Makuria converted their capital. Excellent. For many years, this great Christian city has persevered, even though surrounded by religious enemies on all sides. Perched atop a cliff by the mighty Nile, Kasiri Bream has maintained a bastion of Christianity in Lower Nubia, even as the rest of the region fell into darkness. Now Makuria will utilize the city's great political and economic resources to spread the word of the one true God throughout Nubia. This is the start of a glorious era. Plus 2% local missionary strength in the Lower Nubia area. Cool. We can also get another blessing. Manpower recovery speed would sure be nice, considering we're already in the hole on manpower. So we'll go ahead and grab that. And at this point, our Elodian spy network has built up, and we can fabricate a claim on Al-Qadarif, and so we shall. Can stop building our spy network there, since we're going to be needing a... Who are the Mamluks at war with? Oh, they're at war with Dongola too. Okay, well, they don't need to walk through us. That's all fine. These guys are allied with Makuria, so we would have to fight. We would have to fight Makuria as well, but Beja or Dongola would have to give us military access. I'm not sure if they have military access already, but we could crush this easily enough. We would probably annex these ourselves, and then just vassalize these guys. We are getting pretty high on our number of vassals, though. The Renaissance. Travelers speak of a great rebirth of old ideals in faraway lands. It is hard to treat such rumors seriously, though, according to the reporters. Great secrets have been uncovered by the thinkers of this Renaissance. This changes everything. So the institutions are coming. They won't be coming our way for a while, but we're going to be getting a tech penalty. So that's going to be exciting. We might as well declare on Elodia, I think. We can take Al-Qadarif. Makuria will come in. Do we want to co-belligerent them? Yes, we do, since they're only allied with Elodia. They will not call in any additional allies. So we'll go ahead and co-belligerent them. Take Al-Qadarif. There we go. And now we're just going to kind of make our way up here, dropping off a few men along the way to sweep up any sieging that happens there. Do we have access through any of this? We do not. We'll have to get access ourselves. But that's fine. More than fine, in fact. Let's go ahead and pull these guys out here. Pull these guys out here. Pull these guys out here. And then those guys can stay there. And these guys can push on to the capital. Their army is actually back here. That's really annoying, actually. Their army was off in the Terra Incognita. Well, we're probably going to lose 1,000 troops here. We'll see. Maybe we'll retreat. Maybe we'll get there in time. Oh, our vassal might get there in time. These guys can't retreat yet. 11 March. They have to hold out 6 more days. This is almost certainly going to lose us 1,000 troops. Rip. Sad. And now they're just walking back into the Terra Incognita. That is really annoying. We have no way to get over there. And there they are. Maybe we'll get there in time for this one. Nope, we lost another 1,000 troops. Well, this time we're actually going to catch them. But we really did not have the manpower for that. Who is this? This is Demont. Let's tell Demont to capture this. Hopefully they actually will listen. And we'll pull these guys out. One of those troops that we lost was cavalry, I think. Yes, it was. Well, that'll save us some money at least. So there's the bright side. And Mercuria is actually coming down here now. They're coming into Axum. That is fine. We'll move these guys up here. Once these sieges happen, these troops can go deal with Mercuria, and since they have access through Beja, we'll just walk up there. Group all of these guys up. Angot was converted, so we'll go ahead and send them to Simeon. And looks like Medri Bari's royal marriage fell apart. Somebody died, so we'll get a new one there. And we'll combine these troops together, and we'll go kill this little stack over here. We do definitely still have the numerical advantage, even though they did have that Terra Incognita nonsense. These guys are currently marching into Enderta. They've kind of pinned themselves in here at this time. They're walking into Angot, so we'll go into Lasta. We're going to stop moving altogether until they lock into Axum here. They did not lock into Axum, so we're going to walk into here. We're going to keep doing that until they lock in. We're locked in now. So we're going to just go ahead and go over here. 18 August. Yeah, we caught them. We have better maneuver, I think. Well, we don't even have a general here. There, they're locked in. We definitely got this. Or not. Their general has a lot more maneuver than us, I guess. He has one maneuver. Okay, I think now we got them. Yes. There we go. They have another 1k stack marching down here, but we stack wiped them, and he has nowhere to go. Our vassals are actually already up here sieging. That's very, very convenient. Didn't even think about where they were, but I guess they already wandered up there. So we're going to be fighting Beja. Or in Beja. We're not fighting Beja yet. That is something that will be happening in the future, though. I guarantee it. They don't have the troops, actually, to siege Wadi Halfa here. But they are currently sieging Kasiri Bream, which would be interesting to take, but they're too far away. We'll have to vassalize them. I mean, we don't have to, but if we want control over them, we would have to vassalize them. But we did get a political crisis. Political crises may occur from time to time. They often involved a conflict between the ruler and the parliament, unrest among the nobility, or conflicts of interest between the nobility and the merchants or religious leaders. Given time, a solution will present itself, lose stability. That would be obnoxious. Reputation isn't everything, lose a quarter of our legitimacy. Or let the Nagusa Nagas attempt to soften the impact. We would lose less legitimacy because we're righteous. That seems like the good option. And we won this siege here. Might as well send these guys on up here to help this out. There's no real need, but they can go up there. That should be just fine. And onward we go. We are currently in the hole, 2,500 men. Plus the 2,000 that we lost outright, the 2 regiments that were destroyed. So, that's good. Hadia was building a spy network. That's kind of adorable. Hadia is somewhere over in this area, I think. Not 100% sure where they are, but they're over in that side. So we do have some looting to do over here. Most of it's already been looted. But we are now even more men in the hole. How many men do they have here? They have 4,000 men there. We can actually march away. Just loot. We don't need to be taking that attrition every month. We'll let our vassals handle that one, since they apparently have the manpower. As far as our peace deal goes, we're going to be separate piecing out Mercuria. They have very, very similar flags there, don't they? That's interesting. We're going to be separate piecing them out as a vassal. They won't accept it yet. We can get 20 ducks. They'll accept it once this siege finishes. It's at 35%. Just another month tick or so. Well, maybe 2 or 3. Maybe a billion. RNG is fun. This should be just about... Yep, it's completely gone in terms of its loot. So we can come down here and start looting these, which is still mostly untouched in terms of loot. This war may be over by the time we get there, though, which would be fine. And our manpower is slowly returning. We do still want to go to war with Dongola soon. We're going to go ahead and start building our spy network there, just because we will hold territory here, so it will be possible in the future to core this. I'm going to go ahead and pull back the diplomat improving relations in Janjiro, just because we're going to need him for this peace deal, now that the peace deal is possible. So Mercuria, we're going to go ahead and vassalize. They don't have any more gold than 20 gold. So we're going to take their money, and we're going to vassalize them. We have so many vassals currently, and we're going to be losing 3 diplomatic power a month. That's going to hurt. We need to stop vassalizing. There's one more vassal we're going to take. It's going to be Beja here. We're going to vassalize him. But we're going to start annexing some of these soon. We're also going to eventually vassalize Eneria, but we're going to completely surround them first. Annex all of these, probably. And then as far as this goes, we pretty much just want to full annex them, but we need to wait until our diplomat comes back, which happened right now. And then we just take all of these, everything here. Nobody seems to care about any of this. Take all their money. Excellent. Glorious victory. March these guys back to Gondar, where they can probably start drilling. We do need a rival. The only person we can rival here is the Mamluks. And so we shall. Go ahead and start making these a core. We've got a fair amount of overextension right now, and these are going to be some pretty unhappy provinces. 12 unrest. We're probably going to have to put down a rebellion there pretty soon. Mercuria wants to become a march. We're going to decline that. They're not really strong enough to be a march. However, we don't actually need this guy here. Mercuria has a claim on Dongola, which we can press. And we should. We'll go ahead and march these guys back up to Soba. We're going to go back to war. We're only 1,500 manpower in the hole. We can handle this. I hope. I wish. Nah, it'll be fine. We have so many vassals here, and most of them are actually fairly loyal. And we're actually going to take this outright. We're not going to create a new vassal. They currently have a truce with the Mamluks. That's very handy. It looks like they just broke some of their alliances. Go ahead and reconquest CB them. None of our allies will come in, but all of our vassals will. They may or may not actually show up, depending on how loyal they are. We're going to go ahead and do that. March these guys in here. We're going to shift consolidate before we come in. We don't know exactly where their army is. I'm betting it's there, and it is. They only have 3,000 troops. I don't think we can get there before they actually fight this battle, though. We'll have to march all the way up here. And we're probably not going to get there in time to save our vassals' army. Nope, they stack wiped that, but we're going to knock them out of this war pretty much immediately. And there we go. And they are dead. So we go back into Dongola. This is a level 1 fort, so we're only going to need the 4,000 troops there. Hey, they just recruited a mercenary there. Their mercenary is dead. Shift consolidate that, pull out most of our troops here, leave the 4K stack there, pull out the rest of our army, and we will actually walk over here into Shendi, where they recruited another mercenary. Our vassal is currently sieging down Bayuda, which is fine. They can do that. We'll take Shendi. That is just fine. We're now 2,000 manpower in the hole. No problems here. Beja is still allied with Adal. That'll be a bit harder of a fight than we're looking for immediately. We may be able to get an opportunity. Beja may decide to break their alliance, or Adal might decide to not honor it via going to war or some rebellions or something. And now we just need to siege this. As I said before, we are not going to be vassalizing these guys. The peace deal will look like this, except we will not be taking Dongola. We will be giving that to Mercuria. There we go. We got a wall breach, 14%. Excellent. We can also build a province improvement. Taxation would be nice, plus 0.13 ducats per month. We are making money currently. Most of that is spoils of war. In fact, all of that is spoils of war. We would not be making money without spoils of war. Which is always fun. We will be annexing some of these here in 2 years. We'll be able to annex Demont. And in fact, since we do have available diplomats, we should be preparing for that by improving relations with them. Let's go ahead and march these guys back to Gondar. This is over. Let's flip this over to Mercuria. And now they will be ceding these two to us and Dongola here to Mercuria. We'll take all their money too, which is going to be 30 ducks. And there we go. And let's go ahead and core these. Our overextension is getting even higher. But pretty much the only target left over here is Beja before we start cracking into Adal. We are a bit low on manpower for that, and they are a bit scarier. Those are Mamluks there. They are a bit scarier than some of the other guys around here. Let's take a look at how scary they actually are. They only have 7,000 troops right now. That's not too bad. We can... oh boy. There is a comet. Well, peasants are always superstitious, and the appearance of a comet in the sky has caused panic amongst our people. They are convinced that this is a sign that the end of times is near, or that something bad is going to happen in the near future. Well, so really only one thing to say about this. The economy, fools! Lose a stability. Sad face. Our corruption is growing. We're going to have to root that out. Go ahead and do that. We're probably going to want to chill a little bit here, but I think that this is a good place to put a cut in. Next episode, we're probably going to be going after Beja and Adal. Maybe not simultaneously, maybe simultaneously, we'll see. But until then, I'll see you guys next time.